Hey guys, what is up? This is trade recap number 3. Today we are going over WBA, Walgreens. So this setup was my favorite setup of the day. I mean, this was just guaranteed money. Even though the market conditions were terrible, it still made money. This would have been over 40% around there if I held. Obviously, I didn't because I just didn't trust the market. But either way, this was a this is as good as a setup as it really gets, honestly. So first, I'm just gonna go over some. I'm gonna explain more in detail on this one, just because it's such a textbook win in my opinion. Tell you guys like what makes it so perfect of a setup. So yeah, first we're gonna start off with the time frame continuity. Check it out. On the day, up, week up, month up, quarterly up. So look at the monthly. Okay. I mean, it does say bearish continuation. It didn't earlier. I don't know why it says that now, but it was green. So it's not a perfect example, I guess. It was green, but here weekly, you got a bullish reversal here also, which is green. So that's good. So that's a good example. Say it's green. But if this is all green, indicating it's bullish, then that just means that the setup is better. And if you saw my alerts, I said I do not want to play puts, even though I have the downside risk like on here. Like this is the first pivot, second pivot, third pivot, fourth pivot. I mean that probably wouldn't have hit, but I mean I had it on there. That was a pivot. So I mean none of these really hit. I mean the first pivot did hit. So I could have played the downside. I didn't want to be riskier because as you can see on market open, this was in the first open. Because I was just really choppy the whole time. At first, Walgreens did drop, and I could have shorted it here, and I could have I mean it like went from 48.17 to 48.07. So it would have been like a very tiny gain, even if options maybe 5% at most, like nothing crazy. And it was just way too risky because I knew there wasn't going to be much downside, as you can see here. But it did hit my first pivot like almost perfectly, just a little bit above it. So I mean, just shows how good these pivots are. So and now you go to the upside. So about like a hour and a half in the market, I think, is when Walgreens started to pick up at least. And you can see it broke here. It automatically bought for me because I had orders a set, so I didn't have to watch it. It bought, and then boom, first pivot hit. I sold like a little bit above the first pivot. What the market was just really choppy today. It just was not good, so I just wasn't very confident holding, and I didn't want to go from green to red. So I did sell, but if I held, boom, second pivot hit, and almost halfway to the third pivot, you would have secured some profit here, and then left runners, and then I mean, yeah, you would have took more profit here if it hit. Didn't, so I probably would have just had a stop loss if I had more runners and it like came back down. I'd probably just exited fully on here again and when it came back down. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, time frame continuity is there. I mean, it's just such a perfect setup. It breaks here, you enter. This is the first take profit point. I mean, each green level is a take profit point. Each time it does that, you scale out. That's the pivot. And then same like if I was to short it, that's the first take profit, second, third, fourth, and so forth. So I'm gonna show a little bar replay just so you can see how it played out in the day. So yeah, let me go here and then just see kind of how it played out. You'll see how it like on the day it was red at first, and it's gonna go down first. I guess it doesn't show it on a replay, and I can't make it any slower. Okay, well. Believe me, it did go down first. It didn't go once it went up, it didn't go down here again. It was down here in the morning and then it shot up. And so I wouldn't have been stopped out on a play once I entered my calls. It just went straight up pretty much pretty good for a choppy market. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know. Peace out.